Shields up, Ironbreakers. Welcome back to Monster Hunter, and today we're going to be taking a look at another Asmongold hunt. Today's target is going to be the Anjanath, which is widely recognized by the community as one of the very first walls that players tend to face up against when it comes to Monster Hunter World. Now, one of the things that I've learned from my previous video is that a lot of you guys are actually using these videos for educational purposes, so I'm going to try to include a couple of more generalistic tips to the monsters themselves, and maybe even tips for specific weapons if I can think them up on the fly. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get started.
Oh shit. Jesus.
Yeah, he's nomming on that jackass.
Savage.
So right off the bat, one of the really cool things about this particular cinematic is that it tries teaching things to players that they end up forgetting. Like if you actually pay attention to the cinematic itself, you'll notice that the hunter is going to first shoot off a couple of red pits into the ground, and that is going to cause Anjanath to go and investigate that specific area. This is actually a mechanic in the game. So long as the monster hasn't detected you, if you fire off slinger shots in a specific direction, the monster is going to advance towards that direction to kind of investigate what the hell is going on. Now, due to the fact that this particular cinematic plays off a little bit fast, some players might not even realize what is actually happening. But the hunter in this cutscene is setting up a trap. He's going to position the Anjanath underneath the rocks, and then he's going to shoot the rocks on top of the Anjanath, which again are things that you can actually do in the game itself. So keep that in mind.
Huh? What's that? Huh? He's so stupid. He's so stupid. Look how dumb he is.
Now, another interesting thing, if you pay attention here, as the fight starts, the rocks are still there. So even though, technically speaking, the hunter had already used this specific trap, because this is a trap that is always here, always in this location. Even though he just used it in the cutscene, the trap is still there, meaning that if you're able to lure the Anjanath under those rocks and shoot your slinger at the rocks will still drop and they will deal massive damage. This is a huge damage opener. As a matter of fact, there are ways to lure monsters to this specific area, like whenever you're fighting a monster and the monster happens to be enraged, you can kind of just like run all the way here and the monster will follow you throughout most of the map. That's a way to do it, which, by the way, in case you guys don't know how when a monster is enraged, if you realize whenever you're fighting a monster, you can't really see it here, but there's a little eye icon on top of the monster, and if it's yellow, it means the monster has seen you and is attacking you, but is in his normal state. If it goes red, that means the monster is enraged and it is going to, hit you harder. However, it also means the monster takes more damage, because you see, when he's enraged, he also takes more damage, and there are skills that allow you to even deal more damage to the monster when he's enraged as well. There's a whole thing around it, but just be aware that the state of the monster is a very important thing. Anyways, if he's enraged, you can kind of like lure him here and then drop the rocks on top of him. That's the point that I was trying to make. Let's see if he's improved on those charges. He's just going straight for the TCS. It's not a bad thing, particularly if you don't have a lot. Oh, a shoulder tackle!
Okay.
Okay, still coming to grips. Let me actually lower the volume just a smidge because I feel like I'm having to scream to let myself heard. He's coming to grips with the monster's moveset still at this point in the hunt.
Okay.
Nice dodge.
There it is. There it is.
That was an early true
I think I got
charge.
him.
You did hit him, but it was too soon. You should have charged a little bit more. You had a big opening there. Nice.
Big dick. I
I'm not 100% sure if that was overcharged or not. I feel like you could have released it sooner, but I don't think it was a big deal there.
I hit him.
You definitely did. Now, another important thing, notice the damage number colors. You see how it's white? When it's white, it means that the area that you're hitting is not a particularly good hit zone for your weapon. You're looking for areas when you're hitting the monster. If you want to deal the most damage possible, you want to try to look for areas where the numbers come up yellow. White, not particularly good. Yellow, good. That's where you want to hit him. In the case of Anjanath, I believe that this would usually be the head, the tail. However, it is also important to hit him in the legs, even though in the legs it's going to be white, because if you hit the Anjanath enough times in the legs, he's going to tip over. And when he tip overs, you then have free choice. Oh, do I want to hit him in the head? Do I want to hit him in the tail? You know, that type of stuff.
Okay, I'm 5. I don't know what
I just realized there's probably going to be a lot of people that are not familiar with the concept of a hit zone. Basically, when it comes to monsters and Monster Hunter, each hit zone is going to have a certain modifier. And just because a hit zone is bad for a certain weapon, it doesn't mean that it's bad for every weapon. So a good example would be, if you guys remember when he was fighting the Baroth in the previous video and he would like bonk him in the head and his weapon would bounce off. It's because the head's not a particularly good spot to hit him with the sword. However, if you have a hammer, it's pretty good. As a matter of fact, the hammer is the only weapon that can actually break Baroth's head. Actually, I don't know if the hunting horn can do it too. I always forget to double check on this. But yeah, the hammer is one of the only weapons that can actually break Baroth's head. And you can actually rip a chunk off of his head and then carve it almost like a tail carve, which is pretty cool. But yeah, different weapons, different hit zones, different values. It's not super important early on in the game, but it is something that you want to keep in mind for later in the game.
I really wasted a lot of time there.
The nose in particular, if I remember, is also a particularly weak spot for Anjanath when its nose is all out like that. That's his nose, by the way. Good dodge. He has good natural instincts for dodging. Like, look at that side dodge there.
I was stunned from hitting the thing. Let me heal.
The wings is another really good weak spot there on Angie. Bounce. See, this is when you really, because we had a discussion about sharpness in the previous video. A lot of people telling me, oh, Rurikon, actually, yellow sharpness is really bad. And it's like, look, in low rank, yellow sharpness is really not that big of a deal. That was the point that I was trying to make. Naturally, if you're talking about, oh, but I'm hunting like in master rank. Yeah, yellow sharpness is going to suck ass in master rank. Of course, your damage is going to suck. But in low rank, it's not really that big a deal. However, in the situation that we have here, as you can tell, his weapon is bouncing off. That is a problem. That is a reason for you to stay in green sharpness as much as you can if your weapon is bouncing.
What was that shift thing?
Another shoulder charge. I've heard that he still hasn't.
That's why it's happening. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, I got it now.
A lot of people told me that he still hasn't really mastered the tackle, and he's already like balls deep in high rank.
Pretty drag. I thought I could jump off of that.
Okay. Charge it up, charge it up.
Okay. Got him.
He's really landing hits on the head, even though they're not charged hits. He's definitely realized that this is a weapon that you need to sheath often.
Big dick. No!
Which, by the way, that was a massive whiff. But by the way, that is something that a lot of people also struggle with when they're starting to play Monster Hunter, is understanding that, like, you can't just run around with your weapon unsheathed the whole time. So that's another thing that Asmongold appears to have adapted to very fast, is the whole thing about, like, oh, I need to move, I need to sheath my weapon. You would be surprised the amount of people that I try to introduce to Monster Hunter, and they will just, like, run around with their weapons out for like a full hunt. They will just not sheath their weapons. Now, Monster Hunter World does have auto sheathing on, which you should instantly turn off because it's terrible and it will get you killed on several situations. But I'm talking about introducing other Monster Hunter games, like previous older titles. I would introduce them to people and they would just run around with their weapons out the whole time, not realizing that, like, oh, when I need to move, I need to sheath. Oh! Ooh. I didn't even realize he was charged. When did he charge? Oh, must have been around here. No, the neck is charged here already. I didn't see the animation for him charging up, because you see when it comes to flames, before he can do that attack, he needs to do like this special animation. And then I think after the special animation, he still does the where he kind of just like shoots the fire around and whatnot. And only then he sets up for the big blah. But like, look, we've all died to that one, okay? This is like, it is what it is. Everybody's died to this attack that Asmongold's about to die to, okay? Like, here it comes.
Big dick, big dick. No!
Whiff. Here it comes. Boom! Okay, listen. Anybody, all right? Let me just tell you right now. Anybody comes up to you and tells you, I never died to that attack, they are liars. These people are liars, and you should not believe them, okay? Everybody's died to that attack. 100% guaranteed. At some point in your Monster Hunter World experience, you've died to that attack. I guarantee it. Yeah.
Okay.
That hurts, doesn't it?
I wasn't even in that.
It was dubious. It was dubious,
Okay.
but he got you. Let's fast forward a little bit.
That's and so now you're.
He's gathering tracks. Okay. Okay, here's another tip that I can kind of give you guys. Let me see if this this shows.
Really?
Wait. Trying to find something specific. I wish you would turn his camera a little bit. Oh, you can't see it right here.
Quite concerned.
Okay. Right there you could see it.
And so now I'm getting hit by it. I'm quite concerned.
Okay. God damn it, it's kind of hard to tell. There. You can kind of see it here. So sometimes as you are navigating the map, the scout flies can get a little bit confusing. Like you see green glow in front of you, green glow behind you, green glow off to the sides, and you're like, fuck are these goddamn scout flies going? In those situations, you want to look at the scout flies coming off of your belt, because your belt is going to have like a scout fly cage, which is where the scout flies are, technically speaking, and then they get out of your cage and they try following the monster and highlight things for you, right? If you look at your belt also has like a small amount of scout flies almost pointing you towards the direction. You can barely see it here, but you see this little glow coming off of his character right around here. That glow right there is the scout flies pointing towards the direction that they're supposed to go. Just in case you ever get confused as to where you should be heading towards, because there's scout flies everywhere. I know that I still get confused by that sometimes, so I imagine a lot of players probably do. Here's Angie. Okay, so see, here's the thing, right? You're coming up on a monster. The monster appears to be a little bit tired, a little bit winded, and he doesn't instantly attack you. You don't have to just like smack him super fast. Like, look at this. He's like smelling, he's looking around his environment and whatnot. He hasn't noticed you yet. Even though you're sitting right next to it, he hasn't really noticed you yet. There's no need to just like, I gotta attack fast. Like, you could fully have charged that and then unloaded on him. Because like you see, he's kind of distracted. Could have risked the TCS there and he probably would have landed it. You could have risked the true charge slash because by the time the monster recovered, you would have been landing the final hit most likely. Nice! That's what we like to see. Nice dodge.
Oh, I thought I was out of that.
Risky.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
You got punished.
That's 2, right? He's going to do it with the tail? No? That was just off. Wait. Did I not get a heal?
Incoming. Dodge, dodge, dodge.
Okay,
Ooh, you're lucky he
right?
didn't
Okay.
correct. Sometimes he corrects that move. The clagger. Oh, looks like he's adapting to the clagger.
Oh, man.
Good job. Oh, it's a shame. He was on top of the ledge.
I can't see anything.
So I've heard that in other fights, Asmongold has gotten better about using the ledge because, like, just jumping on the ledge there and then doing an attack on the monster is pretty much a guaranteed mount, especially with a greatsword. So that would have been a really cool strategy that he could have employed there. Just go up the ledge and then boom. He's dodging really well. There it is. There it is. the panic jump. Look at that. I'm sorry. That's really cool. Like, it's normal because, you know, a lot of players, they do a jumping attack and they're not expecting to suddenly go into a mount. They're like, what the hell is this? Like, look.
Got it.
What? What? What?
Come on.
So when you're mounting a monster like this that has a tail, which is severable, several monsters have severable tails, your decision of how to finish this particular attack, and this kind of sucks because like his face is in a really bad spot because it doesn't let me explain stuff like the minimap aura and all of that stuff. I've actually learned some things recently about the minimap aura because I kind of feel like with the nerf, I feel like they might have nerfed the health of monsters with the introduction of Iceborne, because I feel like in base world I was always able to finish my mounts. And in Iceborne, after Iceborne, they always tumble over before I finish my mounts. This would rarely happen in when I played the game for the very first time. But anyway, a couple of things about this, right? You jump into the monster, you attack, your secondary attack, or I think it's called special attack, and the key bindings. Is going to be something that allows you to grab onto the monster when the monster's trying to shake you off. So there's a couple of things that you can do. Whenever the monster's trying to shake you off, there will usually be clear indications with the screen getting blurry and, you know, stuff in the minimap is going to glow and whatnot. It means the monster's about to do something to try and shake you off. If the monster's trying to shake you off, in some situations you can grab on by using the special attack, which is the right click when you're using the mouse, or the circle if you're using dual shock control or dual sense control or whatever, or the B button on B button. No. Good Lord. No, it's not the right click. How do you grab on using mouse and keyboard? Anyway, with the controllers, it's actually right trigger. Never mind. You hold on to the monster when he's trying to shake you off, and you only need to hold on during the duration of the attack. Then you can go back to attacking, or you can jump away from that specific monster body part and keep attacking. Now, the disadvantage of jumping away is that you're going to get used to jumping away, and then sometimes there are certain monsters that will do attacks, like I think Anjanath can also do it as well, which is they do this one attack where they just kind of like jump forward. And they do a really long jump forward to try and shake you off. And when they do that one, if you jump to kind of like try to evade that, you can't really evade it, and it just chews through your stamina. So you have to be able to identify the attack. Some attacks, it's better if you hold on. Other attacks, it's better if you jump away. It all depends. Even though, if you actually get sent flying from getting shaken off, there is a way of like throwing yourself back onto it. I forget what button it is because that rarely ever happens. But there is a way of you jumping back onto the monster and try to resume the mount. So keep that in mind as well. But an important thing in the current version of the game is that if you want to actually finish the attack and do the mounting finisher, if you notice on your minimap, there's going to be like an aura around it, a white aura. And after you attack it a little bit, the aura is going to go down to about half size. It's still a white aura around the map, but it's going to go from like a really big aura, like half the thickness, so to speak. When that happens, if you want to finish the attack, stop attacking the monster, and eventually you'll hear this sound going. When that happens, it means you can now perform your finishing attack. Now, another thing that you want to keep in mind is that your attack has, it's going to deal a lot of damage, so you get to choose which part of the monster do you want to damage. And this choice also gives you access to different materials. So, for instance, you might want to go for the tail chop. At that point, when you're about to do your finishing attack, you hear the sound. You jump towards the tail, and then you hit the button to attack and do your finisher. That will guarantee you do a lot of damage on the tail. If you want to break the head, because, for instance, I think in Anjanath, breaking the head is what gives you a higher chance for plates. You want to jump to the head, break the head. Because, again, the parts of the monster that you break gives you access to different materials and stuff like that, for those of you that are not aware. So keep that in mind. It's a strategic choice. You might also want to break the back. In the case of the Rathian, for instance, when I was farming for spikes, breaking the back was the required thing for a potential carving reward for a spike. So keep that in mind. Breaking different parts of the monsters, really utilizing the mounting system to its full capacity. It's really good. But let's see how Asmongold does it.
Come on.
I think he's just going to finish on the back. There it is. He evaded, used the jump.
There it is, there it is, there it is. There it is. That's what you get, man.
See, right there, this was something that, from my experience and from what I remember in Monster Hunter World, this didn't happen that often. Like, if you just kept attacking, it would eventually let you finish the attack. This is why I'm telling you that in the current version of the game, if you want to finish the attack, wait until the aura thins, and then stop attacking, and then wait until you hear the sound, and then you get to finish the attack. This, by the way, was something that I wasn't even aware of. This was mentioned to me recently in my own stream, so I'm not saying this is like, oh, I'm the super expert. I know. There's stuff that I'm still learning every now and then. Smack him in the nose. Oh, he gave him the slap. He gave him the slap again. See, what's happening here, if you happen to be playing the Greatsword, this might have happened to some of you guys, like the slap there. That's because in Monster Hunter, having a directional input when you are pressing a button in some weapons triggers different moves. So in the case of the Greatsword, if you just want to stay in place and charge, if you don't actually do a directional input, your character will sometimes just go like, at least this is what I remember. I don't play Greatsword that often, like I said, but this was something that I did as well whenever I did play Greatsword in the beginning. I was like, why is it doing the slap? This is so dumb. I just want to keep charging. Input a direction, and you're going to keep charging all the time, and you're never going to do the slap. If you want to do the slap, however, don't input any direction, and then just press the button, and you'll slap. Okay, so if this is happening to you, input a direction, and you'll keep going in with charges.
Come on.
That's where the shoulder tackle would have helped. Ooh!
Man,
Trampled.
I was not paying attention.
No,
Oh,
like
it was my sharpen as well.
no, the sharpen
That's
was
why I
not the
kept getting
problem.
hit.
No. The sharpen was not the problem. People are telling him it's the sharpness. I don't think I've seen that many bounces on that attempt. The sharpen had nothing to do with it. It's just like he is a wall for new players. It's just that simple. Oh, he's got the Juratotus armor on the Palico. I like the Juratotus armor on the Palico. Look at him eating the buff again. Good job. Jumping attack. Ah, he goes so fast. You can charge that if you hold it. You don't have to just like slap it. Boom. You can like jump and then you can hold it. And the cool thing about doing jumping attacks with Greatsword 2 is that when you do it, he almost does like a little mini hop in the air. So he goes like, and then it's so good. I hope that he eventually learns that. Shoulder tackle. See?
I'm dead.
This is the animation that I was talking about. You're not dead because before he does his big fire attack, again, I haven't watched this video, so I don't know what's happening next. But before he does his big fire attack, he's going to do this thing where he goes like, boom. And there's just like cinder flying out of his mouth. Watch. Oh, he actually did the charge.
Why am I not? I'm trying to hit the potion button. Fuck.
I think it's interesting because usually with me, he always does that, this blowing cinders out of his mouth before he actually does anything else. With Asmon, I haven't even seen that attack yet. It's so weird. I'm just so used to seeing Anjanath always doing like the cinders thing and then the big blast of fire. It always seems like that's the AI that I get, whether that's on PC or on PlayStation 4. But for some reason, in Asmon's case, he just charged him with the fire mouth, and I was like, what?
Nice. Got
There's
it.
the Clagger. No, this was a regular stagger.
No.
Another jumping charge. And there it is.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Failed the quest.
Yep.
It's okay. Get yourself prepped and try again.
Okay. Let's see what we got. He just instantly goes again. Good job.
It's like-
Chef's choice. Good.
Does that
Good
much.
choice. Okay. I like what I'm seeing. Show us more.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't take too many attempts. It's gonna be one long ass video. Again.
I would prefer to not have to fight him here.
You can't fight him there. He's gonna move. Like when they're in these tight nooks, very rarely they fight you there. Like they'll do a couple of attacks, but then they roar and they move to an arena. Yeah, there's the roar, and now he's gonna move away. It always happens.
Well, that's a good start.
Okay, cool advantage in this particular zone. There's a lot of mushrooms around that you can hop on for aerial attacks and mounting and all of that stuff. Really cool. There's also a Vesper, what's it called? Vesper Wasp, somewhere around here. And you have the flash bugs too. So that's a lot of advantages. Like, see opportunity right there? Jump on. Boom. Aerial attack. There it is. Nice! Good job. See, this is the attack that I was telling you guys about. Oh, I'm so glad he actually did it. See this right here? When he does this, when you see him like back away like that and you're mounted, you got to grab. Because if you try jumping when he does this, what happens to Asmongold here is what's going to happen to your stamina. Watch. Boom. Instantly got this mounted. See, you can't move away from that particular attack. That attack, you got to grab on, which is right trigger, and I don't know what key it is for the keyboard. You have to look it up. It's the same key as blocking.
Oh,
Nice. Good roll. He just needs to charge more. One of the things that he is doing in this hunt is he's not charging enough. A lot of times he's just like loosing greatsword attacks. It's like greatsword's a charge weapon. You got to try to get at least one charge in, maybe level 2 charge in. You got to get some charge in. You can't just go like slam, slam, slam. That's not going to fly. I'm not telling you to never do it, okay? If you're getting very few openings, sure, go for it. And as a matter of fact, it's not a bad thing that Asmongold is doing it, because as someone who is facing off against Anjanath for his second time, he's still not super familiar with the Anjanath's moveset, so he doesn't know when he can capitalize on big charges, so he's going slap, slap. I'm just saying, as a general rule of thumb, with a greatsword, and even with something like if you're using a hammer, you know, you want to try to get at least a little bit of charge in, because otherwise you're not dealing that much damage. Capitalize on even short openings if you can with quick attacks, but always keep in mind, you want to be charging. Nice shoulder tackle. Go, 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 go. Oh. Shoulder tackle again. Good job. Okay, now you're just... That one... But it was an attempt. It was an attempt. He was trying to go for the head, maybe.
okay, so...
Good Superman dive. I don't know if he's aware of the Superman dive. That's another important one. If you guys ever do Superman dive is basically you are running and then you press the dodge button while you are running away from the monster. You can't super dive towards the monster unless you have a specific skill. I forget what the name of the skill is. And is that skill even in World? I don't remember. Anyway, you run away from the monster and then you press the dodge button while you're running away from the monster. You get a Superman dive. Now, the really cool thing about Superman dive is that it's got so many invincibility frames, bro. You can Superman dive through almost anything in this game. All the invincibility frames in the world. So if you're panicking, you don't know what's going on, big attack incoming, safest thing to do, Superman dive. Run away from the monster, press the dodge button, whee! Sharpening on the other side of the tree, smart. Bro, he's doing... What is wrong with this Anjanath? I swear to God, I rarely have Anjanaths that just like power up, breath, power up, breath. Usually I get like power up, and then breath. This Anjanath is like on some crack cocaine or something. What the hell? Should have charged up one more level. He probably could have gotten away with it too, I think. But hey, a hit is a hit is a hit.
Shit. How'd I get hit by that?
It almost feels like he watched my... He didn't watch it, by the way, because this was recorded before I recorded my previous video, but it almost feels like he watched my previous video where I was saying, oh, he's overcharging his True Charge Slash, and now he's undercharging his True Charge Slash. Okay, he's moving away.
Frames in this
Wait.
perfectly. I don't know how the iframes in this game work.
They don't. No, I'm joking. There are iframes, but they are super tight. Like, this is not like Dark Souls where, you know, you hit your dodge button and you can dodge through just about everything after you get a little bit of practice. Iframing in Monster Hunter does exist for regular dodges, and really experienced players will constantly dodge through roars, no problem. But it's super tight unless you get a skill called Evade Window, where if you get maximum Evade Window, you can get it almost to the same level as something like a Dark Souls roll, and that makes it a lot easier to dodge through everything. But usually the idea in Monster Hunter is more like, don't be there. You know, it's like, don't necessarily try to iframe it unless you're like a super expert, right? It's just, don't be there.
I'm gonna just resharpen again. There's no reason not to.
Okay.
More stamina. I thought I could go underneath it.
A tip for this particular area, 2 slopes, a lot of positions for you to do aerial attacks from if you want to do that. Those spore puffs, by the way, you can hide yourself in them, and the monster won't see you, which particularly for the greatsword is useful because you can get a free shot in.
Okay, now's your
See?
chance. Hurry up before you get noticed.
I'm confused. I tried to get on top of him.
If you want to get on top of him, slide on any of those slopes, jump. This is going to be a long hunt. Because he's, I kind of feel like in his previous hunt, because he got caught a couple of times while recovering from an animation, he's overcorrecting a little bit and not really committing enough, and that is going to cause him to not deal damage, which means that this is probably going to be a long hunt.
I thought I had him there.
And again, see, this is a streamer thing, because what happens is if you're playing by yourself, you don't really care how many times you die to a month. You don't care. You're just playing by yourself. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. But when you are streaming, there is this thing in your head where you're like, oh, crap, am I going to die to this thing again? And you do tend to overcorrect and sometimes play worse because there are people watching that are criticizing your gameplay. It's a streamer thing.
That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done that.
See? Undercharging the TCS. It's still a clean hit, but you can definitely see a pattern of him almost being scared of charging all the way because he can be caught off guard. Taking less chances. At least he's tackling now, which is cool. He got in some good tackles. Oh, he doesn't know. He hasn't realized that the plants are what's poisoning him. Because he popped an antidote somewhere around here, and then he ran right through the poison again. Now he's poisoned again.
I'm running into the poison. I see.
Yes, yes. By the way, as you can see, monsters are also affected by environmental hazards like poison. This Anjanath is poisoned because he was standing too close to the poisonous zone. You can see the little damage ticks.
Oh, he is the poison.
No, he's not the poison. He got
I
poisoned.
didn't see his mouth. I understand now. Okay.
No, you don't. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm not laughing at him. It's just a funny situation, right? Because he sees the poison coming out of Anjanath's mouth, and he thinks, Anjanath is poisonous. It's like, no, you poisoned Anjanath. See right here? See right here? Capcom actually positions the monster under the rocks for you when they switch to this zone. So you could actually kind of like sneak around, pop the rocks, drop them right on top of him.
Okay.
Asmongold probably doesn't remember that. Like, look at that. It's perfect. It is the perfect setup. Look at it. The rocks are right there. So before you even engage him, you drop the rocks on him. Tons of damage. But Asmongold's like tunnel vision. He just wants to smack him dead. He probably doesn't even remember the cutscene at this point.
I thought he was going to do the roar. That was stupid of me.
Here's another thing that you guys got to keep in mind. When a monster is in the middle of an animation like this one, right, you can see that he's just like thrashing about. A lot of times what Capcom does is it makes the whole monster a hurt box. And you might be like, well, that's not fair. But the reality of the situation is, well, he's thrashing about, he's moving his legs. If you get too close to the legs of a monster while the monster is thrashing all over the place, I think it is believable that you could be crushed. And that's kind of like what's happening here. He's running in. This seems like it's safe because you see that the attack is mostly on his mouth. But the monster is thrashing, throwing his body weight around. The whole monster is a hurt box. Now, this doesn't happen with every single monster, but it's definitely the case with brute wyverns, which is what Anjanath is. He's a brute wyvern. Other brute wyverns, Baroth, Radabon, whenever they do stuff like this, their whole body becomes a hurt box. So if you see a monster thrashing about like this, be aware. If you get too close, you might get hit. So if you can attack from a certain distance, go for it. But if you need to put your body too close, probably avoid it. Like, see, right there.
That's too bad.
You got trampled. People in chat are saying that he's below 30%, which means that... Wait, how would they know? You can't see any indication. How? They don't know. They're crazy. I was thinking like, oh, maybe chat can see under Asmon's face somehow, and they're looking at the map. It's like, no, you don't know. Chat is screaming at him to use the slinger, but he can't look at that right now.
I need to stop double attacking. I'm gonna try and hold for the triple.
No!
I got him. I don't think I'm going
Undercharge.
Yeah, I really don't understand iframes in this game. Uh-oh.
Just pretend they don't exist. As a new player, just pretend they don't exist. It's the easiest way of understanding them. Pretend they don't exist until you get better. Once you get better, you can worry about how they work. He's charged. I want to see if he does the flame breath before he does the little cinders thing again. He's got really good situational awareness for a new player. Which, by the way, that is something that you get by playing World of Warcraft. You do get, if you're a decent World of Warcraft player, that means that you're going to get pretty good situational awareness in other video games. Okay, I think he's fully charged. I think he can launch the fire attack now. Oh, nice! See right there what I told you? Notice where Asmongold hit him. Legs. Hit the legs, parts broken, falls over. That's what I was telling you guys. Sometimes you want to hit the legs because they create openings for you because the monster falls over. The head's already busted though. You can see that the head is broken with the scarring here. See this scarring? This indicates this head is broken. Sometimes certain monster parts take 2 breaks to be fully busted, but I think this Angie's head is fully busted. So a better alternative here would have been to have gone for the tail, because you also get good hit zone values on the tail, and you would also get the tail chop, the additional carve, and just the satisfaction of chopping that bitch. He's gonna move zones.
Get the tail? Okay, okay.
Chat is paying attention.
I probably won't. I'll get. Fuck! I thought I could get on top of him.
He doesn't know how mounting works. Okay, so the way the mounting works is there's a threshold. So it's not just you jump, you hit him once, you get on top of him. There's a threshold, and that threshold becomes harder as the hunt progresses. So it's like, usually early on in the hunt, it is super easy to get him out. Like, you do a couple of jumping attacks, you're in there. If you're a greatsword user, most times your first jumping attack, you're in there. However, you can then do a bunch of more jumping attacks before you get your second mount, because the threshold increases. It's basically a damage threshold, and it's kind of like anything that you hit above here from the air counts as, actually, I think it's just from the air. It's not even above a certain area. But the idea is any aerial attack that you do on a monster starts building up towards a threshold, and then eventually after you hit a certain threshold of damage from the air, mount procs. So basically the idea is you want more mounts, do more aerial attacks. But just be aware, the more mounts you do, the harder it gets to do more mounts.
I tried. I was being such a greedy fucking bitch.
See, this is the problem. He was finally like, this is one of those streaming things. He was finally like getting more comfortable because like, no, I can beat this bitch. I'm start charging my attacks more. Instantly punished for the greed, and now he's probably going to overcorrect again and become more conservative.
I didn't need to do that. I did not.
You did. No. Listen.
Yeah, but I did it.
No. Let's talk.
I didn't need to do that. I did not need to do that, but I did it.
You did need to do that. You did. Don't lie to yourself. Don't be like, oh, the monster punished me. Oh, I was too great. No, fuck that. You did need to do it. You want to know why? You needed to do it for the glory. That's why you needed to do it. You want to know why? Because if you had landed that hit at a certain damage threshold in a certain situation, you would have interrupted that flame breath and you would have sent Anjanath flying back like, and you could have gone like, yeah, bitch. And that's why you need to do it. Don't ever let people tell you, oh, you're being too greedy. Shut the fuck up. Be greedy. That's how you get the cool-ass dunks. That's how you get the cool-ass moments in Monster Hunter. Who gives a fuck about a cart, bro? Nobody remembers how many times you carted. Everybody remembers when you pull off that clutch move and you send that Anjanath flying back with his throat all busted up because you hit the damage threshold and you got him to stagger down. All right? Don't ever play this game conservatively like a bitch. No. Be greedy. Take chances. That's what's fun about it. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Unless you're like, oh, but I'm in a Monster Hunter professional competition. I gotta be a professional. My life is on the line. Okay, that's different. Play however you want. But if you're playing for fun, dude, be greedy. Take chances. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. That's some bullshit.
I'm gonna take like that, and I think keep doing that.
That's it. Get that tail. I don't think he gets the tail chop. I think this Angie is too far gone. But maybe. The thresholds aren't that big anymore.
He's on fire, I think.
Still not limping. He's gonna enrage any set. No, he's trying to hunt. He's trying to hunt for food. Yeah, see, he's gonna go for
Bro,
the
how big is
Aptonots.
his tail?
Well, the tail's not that big. The problem is you're not charging your attacks because you're playing too conservatively. Because you're letting your chat tell you that you're being too greedy. Fuck them. Be greedy. There it is. Tail chop. Come on, charge that TCS. Come on, brother. Come on, do it. Charge it. No, not the slap. Charge more. No, charge it. Come on. No, too soon.
Because I didn't think I'd have the time.
See, that's exactly it. He's being too conservative because he's scared of dying. No, take the chances. Charge it all the way. Unload for glory.
I'll get the tail afterwards.
No, you won't.
Fuck it, I can't outrun him.
Yeah, that's right. You get that tail. You get it right now.
Give me that tail, bitch.
By the way, he's limping. When he's limping, that means that, you know, he's below, I think is it 25% health or something like that? And limping is also a good indicator, like if you're doing a capture quest, whenever the monster starts limping, you can capture it. However, keep in mind, if the monster changes zones while he's enraged, he won't be limping, even though he can be below 25% health. Enraged monsters don't limp, even though they can be very close to dying. If you are doing a capture quest, one of the things that you want to make sure is that you pick up all of these footprints, because eventually as you pick up these footprints, there's like a little thing that pops up here, starts filling up. Once it fills up all the way, the monster gets a skull whenever he's ready for capture. So keep that in mind.
Jesus, how many of these fucking things am I gonna have to get? Sharpen? Yeah, I'm gonna sharpen. Yeah,
I just want to see what the loot is.
I was hoping I could
You
get
got
some
an
extra
Angie
damage.
tail. Okay.
too.
Let's fast forward
not.
to the kill.
Maybe I'm gonna. Bro, bro, come on.
He's like, no, I want to live, Asmongold. I want to live. I don't want to die. Take your hurt stick away from me. No, please. Please, Mr. Asmongold. He's like, no. Oh, man. PETA would like to know your location right now. Look at this poor monster in pain. By the way, if you want to stop a monster from doing this, you can shoot a flash pod in front of him and he'll stop.
Jesus, where are we going?
We're going to his nest. No, wait, what? Dude, I swear to God, this Rathalos has brain... Rathalos, this Anjanath has brain damage, dude. The fuck? This Anjanath is dying and he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go up to the Rathalos nest. Wait, is this not the Rathalos nest?
Okay, we're gonna fight him in the same place the other guy was at.
No, it is. It is. Yeah, he's at the Rathalos nest. This Anjanath's like, I'm dying. I think I'm gonna go pick a fight with a Rathalos. This is the strangest behavior I've ever seen from an Anjanath. I swear to God. Here's another thing. These mushrooms right here on the tree, the things you can do with these mushrooms. So there are certain weapons that have special attacks, wherein if you do like the, you know how every weapon has an unsheathing attack that kind of moves your, well, not every weapon, but most weapons have an unsheathing attack, kind of moves your character forward. If you have one of those attacks, like say gun lance, charge blade, sword and shield, especially sword and shield, bro, sword and shield. Try doing that attack against one of these mushroom walls. Just try it. You're going to love it. See, in the case of the sword and shield, for instance, if you do the advancing slash against one of these walls, what's going to happen is your hunter is going to go, he's going to go run up the wall, and then he picks up his sword, like with the blade down, and he goes like, ah! And it does multiple hits as it's coming down. So it goes like, it's beautiful. It is a thing of beauty. If you're a bow user in particular, I think it was one of the most powerful attacks the bow can do, where he jumps up in there and then shoots arrows off of the side, tons of damage. What other weapons have like good attacks from that? I think the hammer does the spinning bludgeon off of that. I don't know what the greatsword does, because again, I don't play that much greatsword. But yeah, a lot of weapons have really cool attacks. Another thing that you can do is you can just run up there. Your character runs up the wall, and it also gives you an opening for aerial attacks. But these mushrooms, hella good.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm really having trouble with these potions, man.
Oof. Practice makes perfect. Finally, he realized, oh, the Anjanath's nest is maybe not where I want to die. I think I want to go take a nap. Here's another thing. If a monster is running away from you in this state, and you're like still not super comfortable about fighting the monster, you can just let them go. Because when they run away from this state, a lot of times they go to wherever they're supposed to go, and then they go to sleep. And then you get a chance to wake them up with a big hit. And whenever you hit a monster, while he's asleep, you deal, there's a modifier to damage. I think it's like twice the amount of damage that you would usually deal. And with the greatsword, if you can nail it with a true charge slash, chef's kiss. However, if you cross this threshold right here, the monster's not going to go to sleep because you're in the same area as he is. And they're not stupid. I mean, this Anjanath is, but he's still not going to go to sleep if you're too close to him.
Shit. Where's my normal potions? I guess I must have accidentally dropped them by spamming.
Oh wait,
Where'd
in
my
Monster
potions
Hunter,
go?
in Monster Hunter World, they do sleep. They stopped doing that in Rise and Sunbreak, but in World they did do that, even if you chase them all the way there. So he's actually sleeping right now. Another indication that you know that the monster is sleeping is because the music stops. And you can hear him roaring in the background right now. Holy shit, this video is an hour long.
Here we go.
God damn it, Asmon, this is your fault. Bonk. Come on, fully charge it. Yes! Send it!
Oh my god!
Oh no! The roar!
Are you kidding me?
The roar! Oh my god, you're about to send them to Narnia! That's it, charge it! Charge it all the way! For the glory! Yes! Again!
Okay, I should have.
That's it! Oh my god, dude. Ooh! He's charging up! Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh
I
no!
got one more to go.
Asmon, no! Come on, you got this. You got this. It's like that was his
Okay,
honor
so-
cart,
okay.
okay? That was his honor cart right there. Come on.
Who's up here?
There it is.
All
Of
right,
course.
we got him.
There you go. Second try Anjanath. It's not bad.
We
I think
got him.
I failed my first Anjanath, I think. Yeah, I probably
Holy
did.
shit.
I don't remember. It's just a long time ago, but I probably
Got
did.
him. Yeah, it's just
So
11 deaths later. Yeah.
So 11 deaths later, bro, get the fuck out of here. Man, my man's carded a total of 5 times. 11 deaths, pff, whatever. So it's like my analysis of this, he was playing fine on his first attempt. The problem was he wasn't familiar with the moveset, and so he got punished one time too many. Then on his second attempt, he overcorrected because of streamer brain. That's my analysis of the situation, because I do the same thing, which is like, well, I don't want to fucking card again. Like, what am I, a loser? Am I going to be carding nonstop to a monster in front of this live audience? It's annoying. So there is a pressure there, and you have a tendency to overcompensate, and that's what he did. In his second attempt, he only ever got like level 1 or level 2 charges. He very rarely did level 3 charges. And the problem here is the very few times that he did do level 3 charges, he got punished. It sucks. But that's what you got to do. That's the great sword life, baby. You got to risk it all for the glory. You got to go all in on the true charge slash. That's how you do it. It is what it is. You got to risk it all for that level 3 true charge slash. That's what you do. You do it for the glory. Always be greedy. Always. Never listen to people telling you like, oh, why are you so greedy? Play good. Shut the fuck up, bitch. We are greedy for the glory. Because when you interrupt something, when you get a dunk, it is amazing. And it is worth all of those other times where you fuck it up. And that's why I do the exact same thing.
I died on him a lot. It's that fire mechanic, man. It's that fucking fire mechanic.
I feel like this Anjanath was actually kind of unfair with the fire stuff, because the problem there was that a lot of times he would charge up the fire and then instantly blow up the breath. It's just that simple.
I just didn't understand it.
Okay. Let's see what the loot was.
I don't think in my mind his
I didn't get
as like
anything
a
good.
hitbox is pretty good. So I assumed that the fire would have the same hitbox, but it doesn't. That's why it happened.
All right. That's pretty much it. Yeah, this video is way too long. My apologies, but I feel like it's a pretty fun watch either way. So I'm not really gonna clip it down or anything. I'm probably gonna get a couple of shorts out of this though. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz. I'm gonna leave a link to Asmongold's channel if you want to go watch the full VOD and other stuff and whatnot. I already have a couple of more hunts that I want to react to from the comment section of the previous video. I already have too many hunts. I'm not sure if I'm going to be reacting to all of these, but you guys wanted me to react to not Odogaron, Jesus, why am I saying it like that? Odogaron, Legiana, Rathalos, Diablos, Basel, Nergigante, and Valhazak. I think I might remove Rathalos from this list, simply because even though I kind of want to watch it because Rathalos, iconic monster and all that, I feel like the Rathalos hunt we can probably get out. I don't know if I want to do Diablos either. I've been told by a lot of people that the Legiana one and Odogaron are particularly important. I just don't want to react to every single one of these, you know, but I'll look it up and I'll see which ones we do. But for now, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz. Peace out.